I think when Mark first called me, I was studying for my class, and then when he called me, I was like, oh, dude, I don't want to be in class now. So that was pretty tough. But like, I don't know. Every time we go to play a match and stuff, I don't really think about like who we're playing or whatever. So like, just being there was just. I mean, it's a great feeling because we're at the top of playing the top guys and everything. But like, I feel like we're right there. I never feel like anyone's better than me or like, I show them respect, but I don't give them too much respect. And so I was, super excited, but like I wasn't too crazy about it because I always consider myself being up there.
I was super excited, and I played like the national tournament for like JUCO, and one of my big goals here at ISU was to play the national tournament as well for Division 1, and to make it like in the first season was just a super nice feeling, and that we did well in the first round and also can compete against the number 1 team in the nation was pretty good.
I mean, sometimes it does help, if you kind of know who you're playing against and what to expect. But Mark always talked about work my game plan and put my game on them, so they have to play me, what I do, not I'm playing them. So that's kind of what we worked on. So like me not knowing doesn't really matter because I'm going to go out and just do the same thing no matter what, because that's just the game plan Mark and I have been working on.
I was a top junior when I was younger, so I also played for the national team, and I competed for the national championships in Germany and also for the European championships. So I wasn't really nervous, and it wasn't the first time, but every time I'm at like a tournament like this, it's just super excited.
So for me, my family was there, and that was pretty. They never really watched me play tennis, but I knew they would love to see me play at at the national level. So obviously they had to come, especially since it was so close to home. So after that first set, I really remember like thinking to myself, like I'm literally falling apart. And so, but I knew I was like I'm mature enough to really pull myself together, and I can't let that beat down. So that was the biggest thing, and the guys back home, and so that was the big thing for me. But like I don't know, if we lose the first set, I never, I'm always just dig deep. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
So we didn't play our best tennis in the first set, and we didn't compete the way we wanted to, but still we were right there, and they weren't that much better than we were in the first set. So we got our mind together, and then we focused on the things we can do good, and it worked pretty well in the second set and also in the Champions tiebreaker. So, and yeah, with that mindset, I think we were good to go for the next round too. Like I said, we focused more on what we can do good, and that is playing aggressive. So we had to get like high percentages with our first serve, and that was basically the setup for the rest of the game plan. And then yeah, we tried to attack every ball, and it worked.
Being more aggressive, because Mark always talks about taking control of the net. So definitely worked on controlling the net, and then we started hitting more spin serves. Instead of hitting these huge serves, because everyone's used to seeing those, and we're big guys, so we can serve big. But definitely putting more spin on the ball was a little tougher for them. And so it popped the ball up for us, and it just helped us execute. I honestly just feel like we've always got this. I've always practiced a lot of tiebreakers, so I know I'm ready to go, and I'm dialed in, and just I don't know. I never really think about it. Just playing one point at a time, whatever we got to do to get it done.
So we played already a couple tie breaks. So we played. That was our second. That was for the decision of the match, but we already played like I think 5 in total, and we were undefeated in tie breaks, which I think is of our serves. And yeah, so we felt good going into the tie break, and we played confident, executed our match plan, and yeah, it was good. I was definitely more confident afterwards, because like coming from JUCO, you don't really know what to expect, and we saw like all these guys on the first 2 days, and everybody was good. Like at the JUCO level, there's some very good players. I also met some friends from JUCO at the national tournament, but like the level overall is just much higher at the Division 1 than at the JUCO.
Confidence-wise, I'm just so happy we got through, because we didn't just get smacked, or we just hung in there and we got through. So just getting that first round just felt good, so we can compete with these guys. So we're right there. I was super excited just going to there, because that first set was just so rough, and we were just like, wow, this could end really quickly, But just to put that pressure on them, they showed us respect the whole match. Like they didn't underestimate us whatsoever just because we were Idaho State or whatever, So it felt good, because when people look at the scores, they're gonna realize like, hey, like these guys can play. And so just going into that, I expected us to come through with the W, because we've been so successful with the tie breaks, but like they're definitely top-notch level players, and I mean, they hit a couple better shots than us, so it was whatever.
It didn't turn out in our favor, but it's just now with this result that they were the #1 team in the nation, and so now we know we can compete against everybody, and especially for the season coming up, for the spring season, and for the Big Sky Conference. I think it was a very important match because now we really feel like we can beat everybody at every time and everywhere. We just have to stick to our game plan. So I'm a lefty, he's a righty, so that's already a very good point. Then we both can serve very fast and with a lot of spin, which is perfect for doubles. And then, we're both pretty tall for tennis players, so we have a good reach at the net. So overall, we just complement each other pretty good.
I'm just super happy. Like, I mean, we know we can compete at this level, so I can't wait for the season to start because we're right there, and I know the team can rely on us to, it's going to help us get the doubles point because I believe Mark said that they've been struggling with the doubles. So it's not a guarantee, but like we have a big chance to just win the one doubles, and I feel like we're the #1. I mean, I think we are #1 in the region for doubles, so I feel like that puts us in a good step forward.
Yeah, and we're gonna work on getting winning the Big Sky Conference. So that is our next big goal, and then for us at the doubles pairs, as a double pair, we will be nationally ranked, and we will try to defend that.
Yeah, no, I was proud of the guys for not just showing up at the tournament and settling, saying, hey, we've achieved something that few other players at Idaho State or in the Big Sky have ever done. And they went out there and competed like they belonged, and they executed their strategy perfectly, and we made some good adjustments, and they never settled for once. And it seemed like from the second they were on the court, they believed they belonged. Our practice sessions were of the highest quality. The attitude was professional, and it was extremely exciting. Just obviously disappointing to get that close. I think you have two players there that believe in their abilities. Peter's got an attitude that he can compete with anyone. He works extremely hard. He's so professional in everything he does. I don't think he ever doubts it for a second. He goes out there believing. David has played at that level, but a long time ago. And so he believes, and I think the more success he has, the confidence growing, and you can actually see him getting out there and believing. And as the matches got deeper, he got better. I've got two extraordinary players that are willing to do whatever it takes to be successful and lead the way. It's what every coach would hope for and work toward, and to have it become a reality is exceptional. It just shows potential recruits. It shows our current players what is possible if they're willing to take risk, willing to try new things, and willing to put it all on the line. I believe anything's possible, and for the Big Sky, it's nice to gain some respect, not just for being there, but going there and competing extremely well, and even winning and pushing our opponents all the way. And NAU did it too, and that's extremely happy about it, and I can only see positive things coming from it. Well, it says that we're given the right circumstances, the right opportunities, going in with the right mindset and having put in the work, anything is possible. The guys played exceptionally well. I mean, it's not like our opponents came in and discounted us. You could see the first set score was 6-1, but I felt like we were in it, and it was just a matter of making some small adjustments and actually increasing the aggressiveness of what we're doing at the net to make that small difference, and then really focus down on what we're doing on returns and playing the high percentages. I've got two players, and I've got a whole team that realizes, hey, we're not that far off. But in saying that, it all comes down to details in what we do from day to day, and how we practice, how we approach developing our skills on the tennis court, what we do in the classroom. All the small things add up to a lot. And so, when I look at that final loss, it's just the small little details. It's maybe being on that stage a couple more times. It's having that experience. And I know those teams are taking care of the details. They're taking care of the small things. And if our guys can truly, maximize every facet of what they do, we can compete. Yeah, you always hope, because it seems like there's always a lot of convincing. In an individual sport, kids come in and they've got preconceived ideas. And until you start having success, it takes a lot of trust in the coach. It takes a lot of willingness, because I can talk till I'm blue in the face, and to get them to buy in is always challenging. I try to ask a lot of questions. I try to do a lot of reasoning with the guys, but nothing speaks higher than actually seeing it work and take place. And then also I consult quite a bit. And before the match, I don't know if they told you, I got a friend of mine on the line who actually won the All-Americans, and his brother won a couple of Grand Slam tournaments, and we just had an open discussion as to strategies. He's never seen them play, and he just spoke what he thought he would implement to play high percentage tennis, and a lot of the things that we've discussed, we've worked on, he was able to touch on. And I think the guys appreciate the outside feedback, the confidence, and I try to bring in outside help as much as possible, and I'm hoping those small things make a big difference, and I talk about details, and that's part of what I do, and I'm always trying to learn, and I'm hoping that they develop that same mindset. One is confidence. Hopefully they can carry that confidence, not cockiness. They're still going to have to work and earn everything when we play dual matches. I think we've got two players that can be leaders, and that have a proven track record, and so that should help. Now I've got a remaining 6 players that need to step up. Based on my experience, it takes at least the whole team to win, because we can't rely on just those 2 guys. We could get 1 doubles win and still lose the doubles point. We could win 2 singles matches and still lose the match. The rest of the guys have to raise their level of intensity. They have to buy in more. Those guys that are hesitant, they need to break down those barriers. I've challenged the guys to come out and practice their serves on their own, to do the additional work that's required, and then also just taking care of the details, taking care of their schoolwork, taking care of the way they carry themselves outside the program. And I know I hammer this home all the time, and it sounds redundant, but it's all the small things that are going to make a big difference. And if we rely on those 2 guys to carry us, we will fail.